All right, let's start today's lead code problem. Today I'm going to be solving string to integer. Basically, I need to implement my a to ei function, which converts a string to 32-bit signed integer. So requirements, there are 4 requirements. First, ignore any leading white space. Second, determine the sign by checking if the next character is minus or plus, assuming positively if neither present. Thirdly, read the integer by skipping leading zeros until a non-digit character is encountered or the end of the string is reached. If no digits were read, then the result is 0. And lastly, if the integer is out of the 32-bit signed integer range, then round the integer to remain in the range. Specifically, integers less than minus 2 power to the 31 should be rounded to minus 2 power to the 31, and integers greater than 2 power to the 31 minus 1 should be rounded to 2 power to the 31 minus 1. Return the integer as a final result. All right, so okay, let me open up a terminal. And create another branch called string to integer. And make directory string to integer. And then I'm going to open up memo md. So as for step 1, so the first requirement is easy. You iterate through the string that's given. If the present iteration refers to a white space, then skip. And second one, yeah, if the present character that you're looking at is minus or plus, then yeah, I'm thinking about keeping a global variable called answer or whatever, that's going to be eventually returned to the client code. Um, Basically, when you see minus, then you need to multiply the answer variable by minus 1, if plus, do nothing, and assuming positively if neither present. So you can just do multiplying minus 1 when you hit here before reaching any digit character. And this one, so either it encounters after encountering digit numbers, uh, digit character. If you see any non-digit character, you just stop right there and return the answer variable. And if no digits were read, okay, so we can initialize the answer variable as 0, which will be a barrier for the second, because when you hit minus character, that's when the answer variable is set to 0. So you need to do the multiplication operation at the end. So keep true or false flag, or signed flag, whether it's 1 or minus 1, when you see this one. and signed flag or signed variable should be initialized as 1 by default, because signed variable should be -1 only if you encounter with minus character before seeing any digit character. Rounding, if the integer is out of the 32-bit, okay, so if it were other language than Python, not sure how to do it, but specifically in Python, there's no all the integers are long. How was it? What was it? In Python, it's long object. Yeah, I think it was long object. Long object. Yeah. So I think we can express this number in Python just by this code, like 2 to the power of 31. So let me try to return it. But in other language like C-lang or C++, you cannot. Maybe you cannot express this number. Oh, hold on. It was 31, not 21. Output 22, 29, 29, 29, 29. Maybe there's something wrong. Python power of operator. Okay. By the way, what is this operator? Oh, bitwise export. Okay, so it's nothing to do with our problem. So okay, in C-lang, I'm a bit curious about C-lang. How to express unsigned long. Okay. So the problem is that literal one is type int, which is probably only 32 bits. Therefore, the shift will push it. Unsigned long. Normal integer. (32 bits). Integer bigger than 32 bits. Long. Time guaranteed by the C++ standard to be at least 64 bits wide. So in this case, you need to handle 32-bit or more, because you need to verify, because it could be more than that. So let's say bigger than 64 bits. happens if int surpass 32-bit. Does it raise an error? If it raises an error, we can just catch that. Using its value results in undefined behavior. A program that uses the result of an int that overflows is invalid according to the standard. Essentially, all bits about its behavior are off. With this in mind, let's look at what's going to happen to computer where negative integers are stored in two complement representation. When you add two large 32-bit integers on such computer, you get a negative result in case of an overflow. You add two okay, because it reverses when you surpass, right? However, according to C++ standard, the type of malloc argument size t is always unsigned. When you convert a negative number to an unsigned number, it gets sign extended, meaning that the most significant bit of the original is set in the top 32 bits of the unsigned result. Therefore, that what you get is a modified version of your third case, except that instead of wildcard bit sharp, it has ones all the way to the top. The result is gigantic unsigned number, roughly 16x bytes or so. Naturally, malloc fails to allocate that such memory. I can do that later. So let me focus on this one. Okay, let me try putting this one. Therefore, let me verify if this calculation is correct. 429, 429. Okay, let me just copy and paste it. 42672. Okay, seems right. I don't know how much Python can go. Let me say 2 to the power of 1000. Okay. Is not valid value for return type of integer. Integer exceeds 64-bit range. Okay. So if it exceeds 64-bit range, then Python converts the is not valid value for the expected return type integer. So it's no longer integer type. Then what is it? Experimented calculating in Python. type or class. Was it class? I don't remember. Nope. How can you see type in Python? How to see data type? Okay, type int. Alright. Then why is it returning this error? Type integer. Last execute input. Probably it's a hardware problem. I'm not sure about that. That's interesting to take a note. As it doesn't occur on my laptop. Typically arises when interacting with external systems or library that have limitations or integer size. Even though Python's native integer can handle arbitrary precision. Alright. So external library or whatever. Python 3 serializer. External system limitations. Type or working attempt to pass one of these arbitrary large Python integers to a function or a library that expresses fixed size integers such as 64-bit signed integer. This is common when serializing to JSON, interacting with databases, external APIs, C extension native code. Serializer. Libraries like ORJSON or standard JSON when dealing with specific configurations might rise. Alright. Python 3 serializer.py. There's no serializer.py. Alright. Python 3 serializer py. Alright. Probably it's not part of C Python interpreter implementation. As Google suggests, let me add that part. He raises an error that looks like this. Has the limitation to 64 bits of integer. All right. So moving on to the actual idea. So I'm thinking about having a variable to having a global variable of course inside the function, inside the method, to keep track of the integer to return. Also what's it called, signed variable return, okay, and set to 0 by default. Also signed variable either holds -1 or 1, set to 1 by default. Multiply the let's call this variable as answer, or let's say number. Also sign multiply sign with, is it correct English to say multiply A with B? Multiply A by B, okay. Multiply A, I should say number by sign, right? Because we want to multiply sign to the number at the end. Since number is set to 0 by default, and let's say you have 42, and now you're pointing at 4, then each iteration assuming I am getting digit character. I do this one, number plus what's the string? Okay, s I. After doing number times 10, because you put 4 and then at next pointer you get 2, but you don't want to simply add 2 to 4, you get 6, but you instead want to get 42. In order to do that, you need to multiply by 10 the previous answer to, how to say it, get carry up. Okay. Yeah, you need to multiply the previous number by 10 to carry up the whole number. So, that is my first idea to do it. And I'm thinking about alternative solution. Is there any, or maybe we can hold the list and every time you see any digit number you append. So you got 42 of string, you append 4, you append 2, so at the end you have size of 2 array, and finally you can try to pop the list from the head. You get 4 and you get 2, but before adding 4 and 2 you multiply 4 by 10 and then add it. You can do that way, and creating that array doesn't so in both ways the calculate computational complexity is the same. But essentially both are doing exactly the same thing. They're doing the same mathematical operations. So I'm thinking about radically different approach. So let me look at other people's solutions. Of course, you cannot see it without purchasing their subscription. Keep leading white space. Yeah. We reach to the end. Yeah, and check for sign. Redigit. Yeah, this part that I want to see. Yeah, it's doing the same thing that I am doing. Is there other? No, it's the only way. It provides only one approach. There might be other thing, and I'm just simply personally curious about C++ implementation. Const long range. Okay, it's signed 64 bits, so yeah, it can handle that much. But I'm curious what to do if the problem was to handle a range of signed 64 bits. But I can do it later after solving the problem. Let me explore more of solutions. Unrestrained to integer conversion without built-ins. Yeah, probably doing. Yeah, it's doing the same thing. I guess it's the only solution to solve this problem. Let me see other things. Probably I get the same. Yeah, it's doing this. It's Java. Let me see the Python version to have a clearer understanding. Yeah, I guess it's doing the same. It's C++. Well, essentially it's doing the same thing. Yeah. Okay, so I think that is the only way to go. How much time have I spent? 33 minutes. That's great. Let's wrap up. I took a look at other people's solutions, but seem like it's the only way to go. So let me create step1.py and if name name equals to main, then I need to write test cases are 42. Solution equals solution and assert 42 equals solution my a to e you pass 40. Oh, no 42. All right, and then next, oh, that's interesting, assert minus 42 equals solution my a to e. Okay, this one. Assert, what's next? It should be 1337 equals solution my a to I. Assert, what's that? Alright, then this should return 0. What? Wait, what? White space. Read the integer by skipping leading zeros. until non-digit character is encountered at or the end of string. Okay, so this, okay, 0 is skipped, minus is um, is assigned value, so keep track of that, and then get 1, 1 times -1, and you get -1 and should return -1, right? Let me try to verify my idea. So in case 4, you should return 0. Okay. So read the integer by skipping zeros. Because you get 0, and after the 0 you get minus, which is a non-digit character, then you stop right there, then return 0. That is the imputation. So solution my a to I then case 5 words and 900. This one should return 0, right? So assert 0 solution my a to a words blah 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 la la la, and then it should return 0. Anything else? Probably yeah, I'm missing something because I'm not taking into consideration the rounding part. Let me set I got a message from my mom. Yep. Let me reply to her. All right. What I'm going to do, I have a hold on. I have a reservation for Barber 2, and it's 1-6, so I need to wrap up really. Because I need to have a lunch before going there, or maybe I can postpone after taking a barber shop, but -31. No. -2 to the power of 31. What's the number? Okay, this is the number. Solution my a to e. Okay, if it's bigger than that, then this one. Assert. Let me remove. All right, this one. Seven. Why am I getting red? I'm not sure about that. String literal. Okay. So I need to ignore the white space for character in is if no hold on leading white space. So I need to make sure if it's leading white space. Um, I'm thinking about having a flag um, to represent if it's leading white space, if it's removing leading white space or not, and then as soon as you get like um, non-digit character, then you put the flag to false to bypass that process next time you see white space because you don't want to skip it. You rather want to stop the process right there and return the value. Or because I'm thinking having a flag is not really beautiful. I'm thinking of an alternative. Mm, I mean, if you're using Python, you can just apply trim. You can call just trim as trim up. Strip. Yeah, not trim, but strip. Trim is JavaScript method, I guess, or Ruby. I forgot about that, but you can just call it. But I don't want to do it. Um, it's really dependent on language. Mm, let me see how other people's doing it. Well, NS. Mm. Okay, that's clever. That is clever. While so I should be initialized and length of s while I is less than s and um, s I equals the blank character, then I should be incremented, and additionally I want to just see the description. Alright, if s I equals to minus answer 0, and sine -1. Also, you need to increment and also if si equals to 0, then you need to ignore it. While len is and s equals nth times 10 plus si int, and also I need to verify this is numerical character. Python how to check if a character is number. All right. Yeah, using regex also sounds good. It's not dependent on language. Python is digit versus is numeric. Oops. Okay. If si is digit, not digit, then return answer right there. And if answer is greater than, minus 2 times 31, not 32, right? Okay, not 32. And then if answer int min, return int min, return answer. No. Sign. No. I'm making a major mistake. So, sign times answer. I need to multiply that number. Multiple space after keyword. I don't care. Alright, then uv run python step 1.py. Oh. Okay. From here, it's just better to open up a VS Code. Check integer, and then what's wrong? Solution 42. What does it return? Oh my god, what is that number? Why is it returning that number? Okay, 42 is passed, and what it does first, S and S. No, it doesn't go here. And if it's like, no, it doesn't go here. While and is, no, it's not 0. While it comes here, and is not digit, so it calculates this part, which is sine is initializes 1, answer is initially 0, so this one 0 equals to 0. SI is 4, so answer is 4 now, and answer is not bigger than int max. Answer is no, hold on, answer is no bigger than this one, int max, yeah, that's right. Answer is no smaller than int min. Yeah, so it goes to the next one. Answer is 4 right now, so 40 and 2 should be evaluated, so 42, and then it should return 42, right? I don't know what's even it, what it's even doing. Okay, this is doing something I'm not I am not expecting. This is something that I'm not expecting. So probably something is not as expected. Answer is 4. Yeah. Okay. Okay. What is answer? 44. Ah. All right. All right. Um. I need to increment I. God forbid. All right. Now something else is happening. Minus 42. Okay, let me see. All right, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. How many? 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. And then minus is evaluated. Sign is asserted. I plus is evaluated, and it's 4. Index 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, everything is as expected right now. And now it encounters 0. Okay. Now it's I is 5. Yes. And okay. SI should refer to 4 right now. And then what? It's not digit. Yes, it is. It is a digit. And right now answer is 4. Yes. What? Should be minus 4. Something is not going really great. Minus 1 times answer. Okay. Alright, alright. So sign should be multiplied by the entire calculation of these. So yeah, no wonder why it fell. Right, let's go. And now still failing. Still failing. 0 and 4. Alright. Let me see it again. Answer is -4. Answer is what? -4. Uh-huh. -4 -40. And this should also be minus. Okay. I think I got it right now. Sign should be multiplied by this one. Okay, now it's passing. Okay, now it's passing. Alright, now it's 1:30. I think I need to go about now. But let me try to copy and paste this code and verify if it's running. It is out of range. If empty is passed, uv python, oh no, uv run python is index out of range. Alright. If not s, then return 0. And anything else that I'm missing? I don't think so. +1 is passed. S okay. If not s, return 0. Anything else that I'm missing? Let me see the description. Yeah, indeed, I didn't take this one into account, which was false, because when you see plus here without this statement, then it goes to here and return this answer, which is 0. Yeah, so that is false implementation. I think I'm good right now. I think this solution will pass. If not, I need to investigate. Ah, fuck. Yeah. Minus plus. Okay. So, LF. So if it's LF, then it only accepts either of them. If both of them comes, so if it was minus and plus, minus comes here, and after that will be plus, and this is not digit, so return 0. And it should return 0, right? Yeah, it should return 0. String out of range. While I -1. So now it's +1 because it's empty. No, I mean it's not empty, but it only contains one a blank character. So now it's 1. This does not happen. This does not happen. Line 16. Okay. Okay, finally. Uh, okay, so next up is step 2, but unfortunately I need to go right now, so I'm going to resume after coming back, okay? So um, I'm going to stop right here and come back in a while. Bye bye. Alright, I'm back with my new haircut. It's not looking good, although, but let's start over again. So I have just finished step 1. So next is to create another file. Oh, hold on. Called. Alright, I mean we can just copy step 1 and then step 2 and open up step 2 file. Oops, I mistook. I want to open up step 2.py and see if there's any point of improvement at my current code. Of course, there's plenty of them. So let me see other people's solution, and I thought others uh, did very brief code. Hmm. 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 I mean, it's kind of same, but just the placement of each variables. For example, sign doesn't appear until here, so put it here, and answer, it doesn't appear until here, so put it there, and int make this one as well, put it here, and if not s, yeah, yeah, s could be empty, so we need to take into consideration about that. Yes, and I equals 0, len s. Or we can just rename this I as pointer. Percent s, no, no, no. What is it? Percent s. What? I want to type percent or percent s I. Alright, alright. But this will replace places that I don't want to change. So in such cases, let me open up a VS Code. It does its thing in a smart way. So pointer. Let me see previous GitHub reviews that I received. Oh, I got some new things. Oh, no, no. Where was it? I got some review comments about naming variables that is responsible for the length of an array or string. Total length. Okay. Probably s length. Yeah, sounds good. And also sign equals 1. Yeah, this one looks good. And let me think, because even if we receive 0, that's not going to affect this calculation, right? Because answer is 0, then it's going to be 0. And int s, this will be 0, so 0. So we don't actually need this part. Let me comment out and try to execute it. Yeah, and additionally, let me copy everything, paste it in the editor, and oops, yep, and submit and see if it runs. And it runs. So yeah, we didn't need that part. So let me do the memo. Step 2, I noticed that I didn't need the part that's chicken leading 0, since even if we took it into our calculation process, it wouldn't hurt the result. And also, what did I do? Yeah, I placed the declaration of each variables right before they are referenced. That's it. And I think that's it. What else can we do? We can additionally, as this person does in the code, it checks after ignoring all the white spaces. It checks if it's already reached to the end, and then we can omit this part of the evaluation, the condition statement. We can do that. So if pointer has reached to s length, then return 0. Or I can put answer at the top and return ans here, and this one return ans here. Alright, let me check if it gets accepted, and it is accepted, but this time it's not the best runtime. Before, what was my code? Okay, here this was my code, and what did I do? So this slows down? I don't think so. It got slightly better. That's weird. And additionally we can I mean not additionally, but we should remove this one because it's already true. Maybe bringing this one at the top makes it slower, but no, actually, because it now um, it's best complexity. So what I did was to remove this one. I mean, yeah, cause it. I mean, yeah, it makes it faster because basically what it's doing is to reduce unnecessary operation. So I guess this is it for my answer. I'm just going to finalize my answer as this code and try to replicate uh, this exact code in the step 3. And what I'm going to do is to open up step 3, and from line 3 to 35 it makes 33 dd. Alright, delete everything and then pass. I'm just going to put pass for now, and then I'm going to open up. Let me close the VS editor because in the terminal it's opaque. I mean not opaque, it's translucent. I can see what's VS Code is displaying. So let me close all the windows so I don't see them, the answer, and I'm going to open up clock to measure time, and this measure time should go in the center so I can see even if I open up a terminal. Alright, and then let's start. So what I'm going to do is to, so if string is empty, then we should return the default answer, which is 0. And also let me say this answer is, I mean, and this variable name is good, but I was thinking about better naming, such as probably parsed integer or something like that, but for now I'm going to leave it as it is right now. And then I'm going to initialize pointer as 0 and s length as length of s, and while I is less than length, and s, I mean, why am I putting I? No, it's pointer equals to blank character, then we want to move the pointer forward, and after ignoring all the blank spaces, we want to check if pointer has reached to the end. If so, return answer. If not, continue. And what I'm going to do, because we want to check signed, sign, default value is 1, and if s pointer equals to minus, then what we're going to do is sign equals -1, and then pointer +1, and else if s pointer equals plus then do nothing but to increase the pointer. And yeah, and while pointer is less than the length of s, if s pointer is digit, not digit, then stop right there and return the answer. And if it's digit, then we're going to evaluate the answer. Answer times 10 plus sign times int s pointer. And additionally, I want to name this variable as s at s pointer, and we can use this variable because it feels like a character, like it feels like a main character in the story. I'm going to name this variable. Let me rename this one as well. It's okay, right? Because hold up, yeah, sign if it's minus 42, 4 comes in, minus 4, and minus 4 times 10, 40, minus 40, and minus 40 plus minus 2. Alright, so that's good. And what I'm going to do is to increase the pointer. This is not forgettable. And then return the answer if it reaches to the end. And additionally, this is not additional but necessity. If answer is greater than max, which has to be defined at here, int max equals to 2 to the power of 31 or 32. Let me see the description. 31 minus 1. 31 minus 1. Alright. So int max, then return int max. And if it feels weird to me because the bigger value should go to the right, and answer int min, return int min, which I am going to define here, minus 2 power to the 31. Okay. So I just closed it, but let me just open it again with no new up, no no none, no what was it? No. what was the command? I forgot. No new. No. Ah. Let me check how to remove the line number. Beam hide line numbers. Ah, okay. Set. Whatever. Set no no. Okay. All right. It's passing, but I'm kind of concerned that it's not 100% right now. What's the difference between the other submission? This one was great, right? Yeah, this one was great, but it's different from what it is now. Pointer, yeah. Pointer S length and pointer sign minus sign. Yeah, yeah. S at so sign int s pointer. It's doing exactly what it is right now, but it's just different. It's just different here. Basically naming the variable, so probably it's yeah. I mean it's assertion, so it contributing to slowing down the code, I guess. But for code readability, I think this is better to initialize. So yeah, I'll leave it as it is, and coding time is less than 10 minutes, so it's accepted. All right, so well done. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.